wanted to do something to fire us up today. This is Dennis, New York Giants Straight Talk, powered by Online Big Blue LLC. The schedules dropped last night. They dropped earlier than that. We did a great live stream on the YouTube channel, so make sure you go to Online Big Blue and check that out, where we broke down the entire 2025 schedule. We tried to come up with a hypothesis in reference to what this Giant organization, what this Giant year is going to look like. Yeah, I'm not sure who we pissed off. I'm not sure whom in the football gods which football gods did we piss in their Cheerios? Because there has to be some reason with a team that had such a horrendous season, had a 3-win season, and they have this schedule. We already knew what teams we were playing. We already knew that. That was never in doubt. We've known that now for like a month. But the question is going to be in what order were we playing them? And looking at this order, it makes you cringe a little. It makes you a little sad. Because you look at week 1 and 2. You're playing September 7th in Washington, 1 p.m. And then you play the following weekend, September 14th, at Dallas. So you have 2 divisional games right off the bat. You literally look at this and you're like, I have 2 divisional games. One after another. And I didn't win any games in my division last year. And Washington, of course, was in the NFC Championship game. And Dallas picked up Dallas improved their offense this year, and you hope I don't hope, but Dallas is hoping that they have a healthy Dak Prescott. So for the Giants to start off the season, you kind of look at it like, okay, if you wanted a litmus test about where this organization is, this is a great opportunity. 2 back-to-back away divisional games, which means later in the year, you're probably going to pick up some games some division games, towards the latter half of the year, which happens. But you could start 0-2. Real easy. You have to start 1-1. You do. I think if anything, you have Washington to open the season at home. It's their home opener. I don't think you win at Washington, but I think that maybe you exercise the ghosts of demons past in Dallas and you take that win. But you have to start 1-1. You have to. There is no there if you don't. Because then you're 0-2 in the division. And you're 0-2 to kick off the season, because the football scheduling gods did you no favor on that September 21st home opener at 8 p.m. on a Sunday, because you're playing the Kansas City Chiefs. So you're looking at potentially, hopefully, being 1-3. And then you kind of think to yourself, okay, you know what? We're 1-3. We've had 3 tough games in a row. We have another home game, September 28th. It can't get worse. Well, you run into the LA Chargers. You then run into the LA Chargers, 1 o'clock start at home. Jim Harbaugh, a revitalized Justin Herbert, a team that is on the rise. They are taking that crescendo and they're on the rise. So you look at your first 4 games: Washington away, Dallas away, Kansas City and Chargers at home. And then I'm thinking to myself, all right, well, you know what? That's not you can't get any worse than that. But then you get a reprieve, which I love it, because then you run into the New Orleans Saints in New Orleans, 1 o'clock game. So I think the Saints, who don't have a quarterback, I think that is a very winnable game. I think the Saint game is a very winnable game. So you're looking at this now, and you're a 2-win team, and then you're thinking to yourself, okay, it can't get any worse. October 9th in Philadelphia, 8 p.m. Thursday night game. Great balls of fire. So after you're a 2-win team, You're running, you're gunning, you're doing your thing, you're feeling good, you're feeling your oats. You now get smacked by Philadelphia. And then you're like, okay, well, the scheduling gods couldn't screw us anymore. It's not like they're going to send us to the other coast or anything. Oh, no. We have an October 19th game at 4 p.m. against the Denver Broncos, the revitalized Denver Broncos and Sean Payton. People say, well, Tim, you don't like Bo Nix. No, but I like Sean Payton. And I like what Sean Payton does with quarterbacks. So you're then sitting there, pulling your ass all the way over to Denver. All right, so we're looking at this going, well, Denver, okay, you know what? What could be worse now? I mean, the football gods can't curse us anymore. Oh no. Oh no. What do the football gods do? They fly us back home. And you're like, all right, well, it can't be bad.
This place is cursed.
Oh no, we're in Philadelphia, October 26th. We had a 1 p.m. game at home in Philly. So then you're looking at it again, and you're like, all right, it's got to get better. Well, yes and no. You got Brock Purdy, November 2nd, San Francisco. Then you're looking at it going, well, all right, well, you know what? We may be able to eke out that. We could possibly eke that out. I'm giving us our third win. I'm giving us potentially our third win in San Francisco. Oh, and then what happens? Oh, you go to the Windy City. You go to Chicago for that November 9th game at 1 p.m. start. I got to give us a loss there. I'm going to give us a loss there. But don't worry, the schedule gets easier. We come home on November 16th, and we play the Green Bay Packers. We pick Jordan Love, it should hopefully be Malik Willis, Josh Jacobs, Matt LaFleur. Then you're just like, well, you know what? The football gods can't screw us anymore.
All right, one. We're going for one.
Because the football gods just don't have a sense of humor. It's not like they're going to send us to Detroit on that November 23rd game. Then we finally get what I like to think is, I think maybe is a gimme. Even though it's in New England, it's that December 1st game. I gotta give us the New England game. I don't trust Drake May still. I don't trust. New England always has a vaunted defense or a pretty good defense, but I don't trust their entire quarterback situation there. Then we run into the bye. This is where it gets interesting. You are probably a 4-win team going into that bye December 7th. And then you have Washington, Minnesota, Vegas, and Dallas. This is probably where Jackson Dart comes into play. And can we just stop with the Jackson Dart hype? Oh my God. I feel so bad for this kid because he has barely been he's barely been here a couple weeks. He's got how many practices under his belt at this point in time? He's probably not even taken a shit yet at the practice complex. But you have idiots like Cop Izzle, because he's either off his meds or he's just more stupid than usual, saying that he's going to be better than Eli Manning. Of course, this is the same guy that thought Daniel Jones was going to be a savior for 5.5 years. But you know what? Football knowledge does not always trickle down to the idiots. So, but just if you want to play him, this is the spot. Play him Washington at home. That's a December 14th game. You've given the kid an opportunity, given him a chance to match right. You give him a chance to, learn from the sidelines. You could probably put him in there. And honestly, I'm giving us a win at home against Washington. So I got us sitting at 5-9. Then Minnesota comes back in December 21st. Oh, that Minnesota game. We've shown the picture of me and James Williams in the skybox looking all dapper and all just ready for the start of the season because it was such a beautiful moment, that kicking off the 2024 season against Minnesota. And then it went to shit at 101 when they kicked off the damn ball. Is this the revenge game against Minnesota Vikings? Is J.J. McCarthy actually going to be ready to compete? I'm going to say Minnesota with playoff aspirations takes that game. So now we are sitting there, and we just have Dallas and Vegas. I think we split one of these games. I think Dallas may use us as a springboard into the playoffs, that last game of the season. And I think the Raiders, who I think are going to be vastly improved because of Pete Carroll and their quarterback situation and the direction that they're going in, I think we're going to take one of those games. So if we do that, I see this being a 6-win team. and probably best finishing out 2-4 in the division. Like I said, the football gods did not smile upon us. This you would think how horrid the Giants were last year that we would catch a break. No, the football gods. Well, it's also it's just a break of the schedule and what division you're playing. So, yeah, I just look at this and I kind of say I don't know. I kind of say I don't know what's gonna go. I don't know what's gonna go on here. If I was a betting man, and if I was a betting man, I probably wouldn't be betting on this team because, like I said, it's a 5-win team. That's what it is. But as we all know, it's crunch time on the court in the NBA playoffs are your chance to score big. Whether you're riding with your favorite or cheering for the underdog, every three-pointer, dunk, and buzzer beater is an opportunity to win at MyBookie.com. Place your bet live as all the action unfolds. Feeling confident? Lock in your winnings early with our quick cash-out option. Never miss a chance to turn your basketball insight into real cash. New to MyBookie? Sign up today with the promo code MM50, that's MM50, and instantly boost your first deposit. Deposit $50 and MyBookie toss in an extra $25. Deposit $100, you get a $50 bonus. More action, more excitement, and more chances to win during the basketball season. With these, the intense playoff season. Plus, when the game wraps up, keep the winning streak alive. MyBookie, casino, slots, blackjack, and roulette, and more. The thrill never stops. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere on MyBookie. I don't know. I'm not betting on the Giants right now because, like I said, I see this 5 to 6 win team. There is, and that's saying depending on the breaks and some of the injuries that may occur throughout the season for other teams. I'm thinking 6 on the high end. Does that save Brian Daboll's job? I think you're a 4 or 5 win team. No, I think Brian Daboll's gone. I think Joe Schoen is staying no matter what. I think Joe Schoen's going to get that 5th year. If his 2024 draft class starts panning out even more, and you get some good production out of the 2025, then you're going to keep Schoen over Daboll. But I also see an opportunity we can go 0-7, 0-8, and Daboll gets fired before Thanksgiving. We have to wait and see, though. I don't know. We got to see what Abdul Carter is. We got to see what Jackson Dart I'm not relying on at all. We got to see what the likes of Cam Scatterbo is. We got to see if Tyrone Tracy turns the corner. We got to see if we can figure out this offensive line, figure out the receiving core outside of Malik Neighbors. We all know about how I feel about Shane Bowen and his wonderful defensive philosophy. We got to figure that out as well. We got to kind of just go down the road and see where the road takes us. It's way early, guys. Way early. Don't forget, follow us up on the Believe Network as well. We got a couple special guests coming into studio over the next couple weeks. Make sure you stay tuned for that. And as always, don't forget to like, don't subscribe. Don't forget to ring that bell because you want to know why. That'd be awesome.